We're not worried about this, or this, or this. What we need to talk about is this. What's going on, guys? We are back again. It was a long hiatus, but here we are. I've got the 2010 Honda Odyssey out, and what we're going to try to accomplish in this video is I'm going to show you guys how to check to see if 6-piston ROTORA brakes fit under your set of wheels. Now, if you've got OE wheels, it may not fit because these are going to be bigger brakes. However, for you guys that are running aftermarket wheels already, wanting to get a bigger set of brakes, this video is going to show you how to accomplish that. So let's get started right now. All part numbers, descriptions, and things that I talk about in the video, I'll be sure to put some links down in the description. That way you know how to find it. But let's take this wheel off and see what we're dealing with. All right, guys, pretty straightforward. We took the wheel off. I rolled it over here. Now, in order for us to check the clearance on this, we have to flip it on the other side, right? Because we're checking to see if the caliper has clearance to the wheel. So let's flip this wheel over real quick. And guys, be sure to put something underneath your wheel so you don't damage the face when you're flipping it over. One thing to note is that I've got a square setup. That means that all 4 wheels are the exact same spec. In our case, we'll be able to check to see if all 4, well, front and rear calipers will fit. This is going to be a go or no go, and we'll find out together if it fits or doesn't fit. And now let me show you what the next thing is that you will need. So after your wheel is taken off and flipped, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hop onto your computer, contact ROTORA, let them know what kind of vehicle you have. Maybe it's a Honda Odyssey, maybe it's a Toyota Sienna, maybe it's a different type of van. Let them know which one you've got, and they will send you a template. They will email you a template, and the template will look something like this. All right, so here are the templates. One is going to be for the front, and one is going to be for the rear. So the best way to do it, guys, is once they send you that file, it's going to be a PDF. You will print it out on maybe some hard cardstock paper so that it's got some weight to it, and it's not flimsy like a piece of paper. And then what you want to do is you're going to want to trim along the dotted edges here. Trim, 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 trim. Okay, and then once you've got it out, it's going to look something like this. So this is the front. This is where your center bore is for your wheel. So that's going to go into the center here, right there in the center. It's going to go right in there. And then this top portion here is going to be your brake caliper. In this case, the 6-piston for the front. And then this one is for the rear 4-piston. As you can see, definitely smaller than the 6-piston here. And this is it, guys, the moment of truth. Let's take the first one here. Let's do the rear first, just to make sure it fits. So we take the rear, we put it to the center, and as you can see, guys, check it out. Plenty of clearance. Look at that. Plenty, plenty, plenty of clearance. Look at this. You've got like a finger worth there, okay? So no problems. But now the moment of truth has arrived, and we have to see if the fronts fit these wheels. The fronts are the make it or break it in terms of 6-piston. So let's set it down and see if it clears. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Guys, we are good. Celebration. ROTORA recommends at least 2 millimeters of clearance, and I can tell you right now, you've probably got at least a pinky worth of clearance there. I know I can't show you guys up down there at the bottom, but there's plenty there to go around. TE37s typically having a lot of space for people to run big brake kits, so I was actually not worried about it. Not like the Sienna anyways, which we'll talk about in a future video. If the clearance is really bad, you get a new set of wheels that do clear, or you could actually offset some of it with some spacers so that you give it some space in between the caliper and the wheel itself. So that is another option and another thing people do. Super excited that we found out the calipers will clear for the 2010 Honda Odyssey. Now that means that we have to actually order the brakes, and then I'll do a future video on how to install those brakes. So hopefully this video was helpful in showing you how to see if they fit. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out some other videos I've got about the Honda Odyssey in the next slide, especially if you're curious about airbag setup and the wheel setup. I'll see you in those videos or my next video.
Doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life.